Foods that heal the gut. Okay, right off the bat, let's get one thing straight. This isn't about some fad diet or a magic quick fix. Real gut health is all about consistency. It's about building small, positive habits that you can actually stick with over the long haul.
So, where do you even start? Well, we're going to break it down for you into a super simple but really powerful toolkit. Let's dive into the 4 main food groups that are going to be your best friends for digestive wellness.
All right, first up, and this is the absolute bedrock of a healthy gut, fiber-rich foods. Seriously, you can think of fiber as the #1 fuel source for all those good bacteria hanging out in your gut. If you want to keep them happy, you've got to feed them what they love.
And look at this list. These aren't some weird, hard-to-find ingredients, right? We're talking about simple, everyday stuff like oats, all kinds of berries, lentils, chickpeas, and seeds. These guys are absolute powerhouses for your microbiome.
Okay, next up in our toolkit, fermented foods. Now these are amazing. Think of them like sending in reinforcements. They deliver live, beneficial bacteria, you've probably heard of them as probiotics, straight to where they're needed most in your gut. So, what are we talking about here? Things like kefir, plain yogurt, sauerkraut, and kimchi. But here's a really important pro tip you gotta remember. Look for the words live and active cultures on the label. That usually means you'll find the good stuff in the refrigerated section of the store.
All right, let's move on to group number 3, prebiotic vegetables. Now hold on, don't get this mixed up with probiotics. Prebiotics are different. They're a special kind of fiber that acts like fertilizer for the good bacteria that are already living in your gut. It's all about helping your home team get stronger.
And again, look how simple this is. We're talking about basic kitchen staples: garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus. And here's a great tip for you. Don't worry about cooking them. You won't lose those prebiotic benefits, and in fact, cooking them can make them way easier for your body to digest. And that brings us to our final group, number 4, polyphenol-rich foods. This might sound a little scientific, but it's simple. These foods are packed with powerful plant compounds that work like antioxidants. They help calm down inflammation and give your good gut bugs even more support.
And seriously, how great is this list? We've got extra virgin olive oil, green tea, berries. Hey, they're making a second appearance, so you know they're good. And yep, you're seeing that right, even a little bit of high-quality dark chocolate. Who knew supporting your gut could be this delicious?
Okay, so we've got our 4 amazing food groups, but you might be thinking, how do I actually start this without, feeling bloated or overwhelmed? That is a great question. So let's talk about a really practical, easy starting plan.
Listen up, because this might be the single most important piece of advice here. The #1 mistake people make is trying to eat all of these new foods at once. Please don't do that. The absolute key is to start slow. So here's a super simple 4-step plan. Step 1, just pick 1 or 2 new things to try this week. That's it. Step 2, start small. I'm talking like a spoonful of sauerkraut or just a little bit of kefir. Step 3, and this is crucial. As you add more fiber, you absolutely have to drink more water. They're a team. And finally, step 4, think about building this variety over weeks, not days. Slow and steady wins the race here.
A lot of people immediately ask, okay, so what do I have to cut out? But honestly, a much healthier and less stressful way to think about it is to focus on what you're adding in. When you start bringing in more of these amazing fiber-rich, fermented, and colorful foods, you kind of just naturally have less room for the other stuff. It's about progress, not perfection.
So, why are we even talking about this? Is it just about digestion? No way! The reason this is so important is because the benefits go way beyond your gut. Let's get into the whole body connection.
So, what's the real payoff here? What are you actually going to feel when you start taking care of your gut?
Honestly, the benefits are kind of mind-blowing. We're talking improved energy levels, a much more stable mood, which makes total sense when you find out your gut makes something like 90% of your body's serotonin. Plus, a stronger immune system, since about 70% of it is in your gut, better sleep, and even finding that you crave less sugar. These aren't small tweaks. These are potentially life-changing improvements.
So look, if you take away just one thing today, let it be this: small, daily choices are what create real, lasting change. This isn't about some massive, stressful diet overhaul. It's just about taking one small step. So the real question is for you: what's the one new food you're going to try adding this week? Explore and discover more senior-friendly resources on the Healthy Aging Guide.